Ladies and gentlemen, we've got it. You might recall in a previous video that I talked about my student film In the Making. Now at the time I said that it was very likely that it was lost to time because the movie was backed up on a disc that I couldn't read from, and all of the raw footage was on tapes which hadn't been dumped. Well, since then I've been pretty busy. And the first step in solving this conundrum was to kick off the process of actually archiving footage from these DV tapes. Now, since I don't have a DV camcorder and the price of purchasing one is, yeah, we're not doing that, I realised very quickly I was going to need a professional service. So I found this service online called Each Moment. The price per video is pretty high, but the reviews are solid, and with bulk buy it works out to about £10 to £12 per tape, which seemed more than fair considering what I was getting out of it. About a week later I then received an empty box and a bunch of stickers in the post. I'll be honest, when this arrived I was feeling a little bit hard done by. You know, £100 to spend on basically an empty box is a lot to stomach, but trust the process. You simply apply the stickers provided to the items that you want to be digitized. You then write down what each item is on a separate piece of paper, you pop that back into the previously empty box, and you nervously wave bon voyage at your local post office. And then a few weeks later, they come back to you with a USB pen. Now, I cannot underplay how exciting that moment is, because included on that USB pen is everything from a trip to Paris that I took with my school when I was 17, random musical ideas that I came up with on the piano that I never fleshed out into full songs, footage of my university dissertation in which I created and published a book, more on that one later, and yes, lots and lots of raw footage of my friends and I making films, including our homage to James Bond.
Don't worry, dear. I always use protection. Oh, put that away, Bond. You could have just knocked him.
And, thank goodness, In the Making.
You're looking very distrustful at him.
At him, Tom. Jesus Christ.
The only issue, well, for one thing, there's no final cut of the film here. One of the tapes, as I feared, is corrupted beyond use, and one of the tapes appears to be missing altogether, since I'm missing a good chunk of James Bond footage, and I'm fairly sure I did back up a final cut of that to one of these tapes. So, a bit of a dead end there. But there was another way. Well, you see, this CD, as mentioned in my previous video, I was fairly sure that the movie is on here, but for whatever reason, the CD was registering as blank. If only I could somehow trick my PC into reading it, even though it thinks that it's blank. Maybe then I could somehow get the movie off it. Perhaps by cloning it to another disc and reading that one instead. And just like that, In the Making, in all of its glory, returns to us from the dead. It has been backed up fully. And if you are interested in wasting 90 minutes of your finite life on a poorly made student project, and I do mean poorly made, we had zero concept of filming basics here, like lighting, sound, cinematography. It's all a mess, but it is made with love, so go into the description of this video, you'll find it all there. And thanks to me backing up these DV tapes, there's a lot more on there too. Oh yes, including outtakes.
At the end, day 4, Burgess.
Yes, hello. The film that you've just seen is all made up.
And it's not finished either.
Do you not feel that No flappies or sparrows have been harmed in the
Taxi!
Taxi. No sparrows or flappies have been harmed in the filming of this film.
Rob, breathe in. Whoa! Ah!
And the most cringe-inducing director's commentary of all time.
I wasn't there for the first film. I consider myself a founding father because I'm the first one to suggest a feature project.
This is true.
And I'm the one who collected everyone together and suggested we do this project.
In fact, it was Steve who came up with the idea of doing a bat called Flappy, because let's face it, no one else would be stupid enough to come up with that idea.
It is my type of stupid humour that would suggest
And
that.
if we ever make it, when we look back on this day and we finished our first proper film, I think
Well, I don't think any of us could have done it without the others, I think.
Oh yeah,
They're
it's
very
definitely
different.
joy.
it's been a joy.
It's been a brilliant team effort.
We definitely thought much higher of our abilities than we could deliver. But go forth, check them out, enjoy. This idea of backing up my life has been a surprisingly rough journey so far. There are a lot of missteps along the way, and it is frankly heartbreaking just to see how much stuff it turns out is gone forever and only exists in my memories. So it is nice that every now and again get a win. So I will take it. But now, if you will excuse me, I've got a few other things to go through.